Tournemire, first of all, was a great artist, but especially Christian artist. He told me one day, if the music is not to the glory of God, it is completely useless. I said, but what about Péléas and Mélisande, and Stravinsky, Roussel? And he answered, useless. Then he devoted his life, most of his life, to the glory of God by composing L'Orgue Mystique, plus a lot of other things like the 7 words of the Christ. And when he did the premiere of the 7 words of the Christ, I was there, of course, and only 39 people came. And when I met him after the concert, he said, I am happy because the audience was very good. 39 people. That was enough for him. This music is very difficult for many people because Tournemire wrote like anyone wrote before him and anyone after him. And that is very dangerous for an artist to speak his own language. And that is Tournemire. He was a very special teacher. He did not teach very much privately. I don't think he had no more than 10 or 11 students. And I was very happy to be one of them. But for studying with him, it was necessary to have the first prize at the conservatory, because technically he was not interested. For example, one day he said to me, you will improvise a Gregorian paraphrase. I have to explain to you. And he said that, first of all, you have to create an atmosphere. After that, you obliged the listeners to follow you. Then you do a crescendo after the first exposition, and a very efficient crescendo. And when you are sure that people are following you, suddenly you break with a very dissonant chord. The audience is almost killed. Then a long rest, and you repeat your dissonant chord with full organ. Now your audience is killed. Then you use the Vox Celestis and Eight Bourdon and open the heaven to your audience. Believe me, your audience deserves that. That is an explanation. It's all. Of course, I did try to improvise. And after 4 bars, he came, no, you did not understand anything. And he started again, you have to create an atmosphere. I said, I try. Yes, but that is not enough. And that was like that for 1 hour. And on my right, on the organ bench, the 9 volumes of Peter's edition for the Bach works were there. And when he used to come, he pushed me like that. And the 9 volumes on the floor. And when he said, "Now you start again," I put the volume on the bench. And 2 minutes later he said, "No, that is not that." And again the volume on the floor. Always like that for 1 hour. And he did not realize once that his volume was changing all the time. But nevertheless, he was a fantastic teacher, but it was very difficult to understand him. But if we were fortunate enough for following his explanation, that was extraordinary, because he was a great poet. And one day, he was invited by Marshall to improvise a mass at Saint-Germain-des-Prés. And the choir master from Saint-Sulpice was there, and he was accustomed to Widor. And Widor, for the postlude, played a march or something like that with full organ. But Tournemire was not interested with the postlude or the prelude. He was interested with his own music. And he was finishing the Mass with Vox Celestis and Eight Bourdon. And this man came to him and he said, "I wish you to know that there is the sortie." And he said, "Ah, thank you very much, go away." And after that he said to Marshall, "Who is this stupid man who came to me and disturbed me so much?" And Marshall said, "That is the choir master from Saint-Sulpice." He said, "Oh, I am not astonished." But he was very furious and disappointed. And he said to Marshall, "You are very indulgent to have such a man with you in your organ loft." And it was very difficult to be accepted at Sainte Clotilde in the organ loft with Tournemire. But this man was a fantastic improviser, the most fantastic I'd ever heard, because he was free. He was only busy with his own dream, I should say. And he was interested with the commentary of the Gregorian chant. It is why, probably, he is not a popular composer, because right now his music is based on the Gregorian chant, and unfortunately the Gregorian chant is almost out of the church. And the priests are not patient. For example, at Sainte Clotilde, the priests told me about Tournemire. I think his music is a very boring Bible. And I said to him, "I am very sorry for you, Monsieur le Curé. But he is also very sorry about me." But Tournemire invited me to come the 14th of July 1939. And he said to me, I have been operated some months ago. I was very close to die. Then I realized that only one thing is important to me. I wish to know who will succeed me at Sainte Clotilde. And I would like you to succeed me. I was so astonished that I said, but don't you think I am able to succeed Tournemire? He said, yes, I think so. I said, I don't think so. He said, then I am a stupid man. He became very furious immediately. And he explained to me, I wish you to succeed me because you are a Christian man. But Tournemire was a difficult person. He has a very difficult character. But he was a very great artist. And at the jury at the conservatoire, when he submitted the theme for the improvisation, we were always very happy because his themes were very beautiful. And very often the other theme was very stupid. It is why we always think that Tournemire is not very famous now, but he will certainly be later on.